This is the Dell Inspiron 1100 laptop computer, released in 2003. In this video, I will be showing you the specifications, giving you a tour of this laptop, and powering it on and giving a quick review of what I think about the usability of this computer. This is the Dell Inspiron 1100 specifications. It has 1 GB of DDR RAM. The display is a 1024 by 768 true color 32-bit flat panel LCD monitor at 60 Hz refresh rate using an Intel graphics controller display adapter. It has 1 optical drive supporting DVD. As for networking, it has an RJ45 Ethernet jack and a built-in 56K modem. It has 1 PCM-CIA card slot for expansion. It has a Western Digital 60 GB IDE hard drive. However, I believe that this is an aftermarket drive because the drive was manufactured after the computer was made in 2003. And as for video output, it supports VGA and S-Video. As for a processor, it has a single-core Intel Celeron running at 2.3 GHz. So here's a quick tour of the Dell Inspiron 1100. So on the top is the Dell logo, and it's got the nice blue theme going on. Now before I open it up, I will show you the ports and all of the bottom hatches and openings. So on the back is where you have most of your ports. You have Ethernet. There is actually a punch out for IEEE 1394 Firewire. However, this model does not have that, so punch out is left blank. You have VGA, 2 USB 2.0 ports, an S-Video output, and a power DC in. On the side, there's the 56K modem telephone jack and the battery. On the front is the 3 LEDs for indication. You have power, drive access, and battery, and then you slide this to actually unlock and open the laptop, but we'll get to that in a little bit. And then on this side we have the PCM-CIA slot for expansions, headphone and microphone 3.5mm audio jacks, and a DVD compatible optical drive. Let's go to the bottom and show you all of the hatches, openings, and bays where you can upgrade stuff. So right here is where the RAM is kept. So I'll just open this up. So here's the RAM. There are 2 slots. Currently only one of them is filled, and it is filled with a 1 GB stick. And this is DDR1, I believe, just laptop RAM. And that sticks back in there. And then there's a second slot, so if I want to upgrade it to 2 GB or whatever, I can do that. And then another thing is if you push this tab right here, first you have to unscrew this little screw in there, but it's already done. Is if you push it, you can actually eject the DVD drive. I guess you'd use this for maintenance, or if you sent it into Dell for them to repair it, or whatever you were going to do with it. If you need it ejected, that's how you do it. And then you would screw that in to tighten it back so it doesn't come out on its own. Although I lost the screw for it. So in here, there's not a whole lot here. But this is the internal modem, and then this wire right here goes to the telephone jack, and then there's a port under here which connects to the main motherboard. And then you can see right here there's a spot where they could have soldered in more expansion ports, like maybe Wi-Fi connectivity, but being from 2003, that wasn't terribly popular at the time. So all there is the modem. So I'll just screw these back in. And now the memory. So next, I don't quite know what this is, but I can just pull that out. It's just a piece of plastic. There's really nothing in there. It's just a little thing you can look at. Here you have the Windows key. I covered that up with a piece of tape, because even though the camera quality is not that good, I don't want people stealing my Windows XP Home Edition key. So right here we have the battery, and it's one of those simple ones where you push this up, and then you can just pull the battery out. Now the battery in my unit is pretty much gone. It lasts about 5 minutes. But lithium-ion batteries in laptops don't age well, so I'll probably replace that battery in the future. Now to get to the hard drive, it's actually over here at the PCMCIA slot. It's kind of a strange setup, really, but so it's not actually in the PCMCIA slot, it's just above it. So once I unscrew this next screw, you can see I can just slide this whole unit out. Now this is the slot, and the PCMCIA slot is still there. It's just kind of a cover for it. But here's the actual hard drive. This is the Western Digital 60GB. You notice it's kind of got a weird port. Well, this is actually the laptop-sized IDE. And then this weird connector actually comes off to reveal the pins. So you can see there they are. If I just fit this back on... Oh, I bent the pins. That's the problem with these, is they're very easy to bend the pins when you're taking this off. But so, with this laptop-sized IDE, since they can't really fit the full-sized IDE and then a Molex or floppy drive connector for power, they just combine everything and then put it in smaller pins instead of regular full-sized pins that would go on an IDE cable. So I'll just screw that in, and then I'll get the second screw. Oh, well, we can get that another time. So, now let's actually open up the laptop. So to do it, I just need to push this to the side here, and we're in. So, if I adjust this, first of all, I'd like to show this keyboard is kind of a strange layout. So you have the Windows key right up here, and the delete key here. So when you go Control-Alt-Delete, you have to do it here. Or you could really go Control-Alt-Delete, like that. And so there's also a virtual number pad here. That's why it's got a numlock, even though it doesn't have a full-size number pad on the side. Here's the trackpad. It's just a simple one. If you're going to use this a lot, I suggest you just get a different mouse. And then, my unit, I'm not sure why, but both of the shift keys do not work. So if you need to use the shift keys, you need to plug in an external keyboard, which I find very annoying, but I don't actually use the shift keys that often. Right here you have, I'm not quite sure what this button is. It's got an eye on it, probably for information or something. And then this is the power button. And you can see, Dell likes to display that their model number where it's easily visible. I suppose that could be helpful for technical support, so you don't have to look around the computer, try to find the number. So this is the Inspiron 1100. Looking at this display, it's got Dell written here, but it's a 4:3 aspect ratio display, so it's kind of strange when you use it, especially if you're used to a 16:9 laptop display. But this one is a 4:3. So yeah, that is the tour of the laptop, and now we will move on and turn it on and actually use it. So here I have a setup so that I got a keyboard over here and a mouse so that you could see the screen without me getting in the way. So I'm going to turn on the computer and you'll watch it boot to Windows XP. I have to leave it plugged in because like I said before, the battery's gone bad. But other than that, it works pretty well. So here's Windows XP. Let me log in. It does take a while because it is running a hard drive instead of an SSD, so it's a bit slower. So here I am on the desktop, and you can see I've changed a couple themes. So I have instead of the regular mouse, I have, or cursor I mean, I have the 3D bronze, and then I also have the silver Windows XP theme instead of the regular blue. So here's the start menu and everything. I have actually got Google Chrome installed on here, but this is Chrome version 49. So it is the latest version that will run on Windows XP, and it actually really well supports HTML5. In fact, if I go to HTML5, oh, I don't have an unlock. 5 test. Oh, that's right. Oh, dang it. Yeah, it doesn't do Wi-Fi, so I have to actually plug it in. Okay, so one Ethernet patch cable later, I'm connected at 100 megabits per second. So this is, I assume, a 10100 Ethernet adapter. So if I refresh the page, there we go. I've got Google. Now, I don't suggest using Google, just because they track you and targeted advertising, all that stuff. I would recommend you use something like DuckDuckGo. However, for testing purposes, and especially older web browsers, for some reason they just can't display DuckDuckGo or whatever, so I just use Google in these couple of cases. So if I just proceed, it should take me to HTML5 test. Ow. And it should give me the score. So while that's running, because for some reason this one takes a long time. Whatever. Okay, so I'll go to YouTube. I keep pressing buttons. .com. It is slow. However, I'm doing this to make the point that since it supports HTML5, it can play back videos. However, it doesn't do it very well, but that's not really a limitation of the browser. It's just the computer is just old, and it doesn't do YouTube very well. Many things are slow on this.
A few moments later.
So, now that I've got everything working, I'm just going to show you this example video. This is actually one that I released the other day.
Oh my god!
So if you want to go watch that, that's on my RomeoCat128 channel. Anyway, I'm just using that as an example. So HTML5 test also loaded, and you can see I got a score of 489 out of 555 points, which, strangely, that's a better score than what I get on my main computer using a modern web browser. So anyway, this is kind of also just a demonstration of actually using it on the web. Like, it works, especially when it comes to HTML5 stuff, but it's not really that good, even if you have a somewhat modern web browser. This version of Chrome actually came out in 2016, Chrome 49, and it's the latest version that is supported on Windows XP. So if you want to do modern web browsing, you're gonna want to get Chrome 49 because it's just the best to use, especially since it very well supports HTML5. So other than that, I mean, it's Windows XP, so it's got your standard Windows XP accessories and applications and everything. This is actually got Service Pack 3, so I've got Internet Explorer 8 instead of 6 and various Service Pack 3 stuff. And in fact, if I run a Windows version by going into Run and type WinVir, you can see Windows XP Home Edition. It's actually Windows XP version 2002. Not that that really matters, but so yeah, this is the computer. So it's somewhat usable, but I suggest you just get a new computer if you want to use this. So anyway, that will be it for another video. I'm shutting down the computer. It actually takes a long time to shut down, but that's just the old hard drive. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this and found this interesting, especially if you do have a Dell Inspiron 1100. I hope to do more videos like this. I'll probably make a series about laptop reviews, because I have quite a few laptops that I have to review. So anyway, I will see you in the next video. If you have any comments or questions about the show, or would like to suggest topics for future shows, drop me a line at romeocat128.wixsite.com/home.